Alright, good day everyone. Welcome to today's tutorial on how to download any script from codecanyon.net. Today I'm going to be walking you through how to install this script called news is a news application. So this is a news application and a web Flutter news app for both Android as well as iOS. So you have your website as well as your admin panel. Okay. So the first thing you want to go ahead to do is to first of all you search for your preferred script, and you can do that by clicking on the search bar. So we already have a script here, so you don't want to go ahead to search again, so you can just search for your script, and when you get to the script's name, you just want to go ahead and see a couple of things that are down here. So we have the live preview button here, and also we have the screenshots button. You can go ahead and explore that. And there are documentations for this script, so you might want to just read a little bit of the documentation to understand more about the script, how it works, the features of the script, as well as some other kind of things. So this is how the application is going to look like, and there's a lot of this, so you just want to go ahead and go through all of this. Okay, so the first thing, or the next thing you want to do, sorry about that, the next thing you want to do right now is to go ahead to add this script to cart. So from codecanyon.net, you have this button right here that says add to cart. So you want to go ahead and click on it, and once you click on it, something like a pop-up is gonna come up. Yeah, so this is how your pop-up looks like, and then this is more like adding this item to cart in order to begin the purchase. And so this is a $59 script, and you just want to go ahead to click on this go to checkout button. Now go to checkout button is going to redirect you to your to a different page where you have to like add your credentials in order to proceed to payment and successfully purchase the script. So we're not going to go ahead to go through this route because we've already purchased this script, and so we just want to go ahead. It's a straightforward process. Click on go to checkout, and you input your credentials, and your script gets purchased successfully. Alright, so now that we have this out of the way, we want to get the tools that we're going to need in order to run this Flutter script on our local machine, right? So one of the things that we're going to be having to download or install per se is Flutter SDK. So we need Flutter SDK in order to successfully run this Flutter script in our local machine. So we're just going to go ahead to say Flutter here. So what this is going to do is to directly navigate you to Flutter's official documentation. That's you going to docs.flutter.dev/get started/install. This is Flutter's official documentation, and you can just go ahead to read through this in your spare time, and maybe before just starting everything overall, you just want to go ahead to read through everything that is concerned here. So I'm just going to walk you through how to get to install this locally. So the first thing you want to do is to choose your development platform, and that is how to get started. We're using a Windows device, so we're going to be choosing Windows for today. And then choose your first application. So our news application is Android, so we just want to go ahead to select Android there, and start building Flutter Android applications on Windows. So this is the part where you get to verify your system requirements. So what this is going to do, you need to confirm your hardware requirements as well as your software requirements. It's going to just help you to stay in track and know that your system is not below the requirements that is supposed to be used to run Flutter. So you just want to go ahead to confirm that everything is in place, and then once you're done with that, you can go ahead to go to this next step, which says install the Flutter SDK. So this is the part where we've been looking for. So what we want to go ahead to do, there are two different alternatives, right, in order to install Flutter. This is going to be use of VS Code to install it, and then the next one is going to be download and install. So we're going to be using this other button which says download and install. So what you're going to do right now is to download then install Flutter. So this is what's going to happen. You're just going to click this button right here, Flutter Windows 3.29.3. This is stable version of Flutter. And so once you click on this, your installation would automatically begin, and you just want to go ahead to note your download location, right? So for most of you, it's going to be found inside user profile and then downloads. You're just going to find it under your downloads folder. So what you want to go ahead to do there is to create a folder, right? So just the way it says here, it says create a folder where you can install Flutter. So this folder can be folder can be called anything, right? As far as you ensure that the name is unique to you, right? So you're just gonna go ahead to, after your Flutter SDK is downloaded successfully under your downloads folder, and you've created your new folder, right? You just want to go ahead to extract Flutter, right? The Flutter folder into your new folder, and that's what's going to happen here. So the next step says extract the file into the directory you want to store Flutter SDK. So this is more like you extracting it into the new file or folder you just created. All right, so once you're done with that, the next thing you want to do is just go to your Windows path variable and ensure that you update the path variable, and your environment variables, you're going to find the path. So you just want to go ahead to find the bin file, just the way it is here. So you see this type, user profile, you're just going to navigate into this, dev, then Flutter, then bin. This is what you want, right? So this dev is more like your new directory that you created, and then this is Flutter SDK. You just locate bin, then you copy it and add it to your path, and then you're good to go. Alright, so once that is out of the way, the next thing we want to get is Android Studio and Visual Studio. So for most developers, we like to use Android Studio. For most of us, we like to use Visual Studio, and we're just going to walk you through how to get the both of them. So what we want to go ahead to say is Android Studio here. Okay, so navigating into Android Studio's official documentation or official website rather, you just want to go ahead to just type in your browser developer.android.com/studio, and you're going to be redirected to this site where you see a lot of things, IDE guides, the download, Gemini and Android Studio, a lot of things. So you just have to read through this site. So at the time of this video, the current version of Android Studio is Android Studio Meerkat. So what you want to go ahead to do is to click on this button. Alright, so before clicking on this button, you might want to just scan through the site, check out the new features, read a little bit about Android Studio, how it's going to really help you as a mobile developer, or how to run this Flutter scripting which you downloaded or purchased in codecanyon.net. Alright, so once you're done with that, you just want to go ahead and click on this button. So this is going to bring up a pop-up where you have to agree to the terms and conditions of Android Studio, SDK license from Google, a lot of things. You just want to go ahead and read this privacy things. And so once you are done reading it, you just have to agree here by clicking on this checkbox that you have read and agreed the above terms and condition. Once you're done with that, this button is going to be accessible for you to click and download Android Studio properly. So once you click on and download Android Studio, the next thing is to install it. So this is going to download an exe file. So you just have to double click on it on your Windows and install it. Follow the procedure or the prompts that comes up each after the next. Select your preferences, and then you're good to go. So now that we have that particular one out of the way, we just want to go ahead to get the final tool that we will need, which is Visual Studio Code. So we just want to go ahead and say Visual. Alright, so for Visual Studio, we have this. So how you're going to get to this screen is by just typing in your browser code.visualstudio.com/download, and you're going to be redirected to these websites where you have to download Visual Studio Code directly. So depending on your preference and your operating system, you can choose any of these download options. So for us, we're going to be selecting Windows, right? If you're using Mac, you can go ahead and select Mac, and clicking on Windows, you can automatically start to download your Visual Studio Code inside your Windows. And once that is done, you just want to go ahead and open it, and you're good to go. That is it about Visual Studio Code. Now let's open our scripts. So what you want to go ahead to do right now is locate your installed scripts in your file explorer, and then open either your Visual Studio Code and your Android Studio Code, or your Android Studio rather, and then let's get started with it. Alright, so for me, I have my Visual Studio Code and I just want to open it directly from here. So what I want to do is to click there and automatically open my downloaded scripts. This is how my downloaded scripts looks like, and yeah, this is how it is. So before we get started, there are some few commands that you would have to run, one of which I'm just going to go ahead and close all of this. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is to type the command flutter clean. So it's supposed to clean your Flutter project. So it's cleaning your Flutter project, deleting some files, and I'm just going to close this for now. So it's going to delete some packages as well. So in order to regain this packages, you just want to say flutter pub get. So you're going to flutter pub get this. Sorry about that. Flutter pub get. So these are the commands that you must always run whenever you download a new script from codecanyon.net. This is going to help you for a proper testing setup. So now that we have all of that, let's just go ahead and say flutter run. Ready to run our project. So we're going to say flutter run down here. We're going to start running this application. Okay, now our application is running. So what we're going to go ahead to do is see how it looks like. Alright, so this is how our application looks like after successfully running. So the first thing you have obviously is going to be your splash screen, where you see a little bit of information about the application. So this is more like your onboarding screen. This is actually a slick UI from what we have. So you just want to go ahead to click on login, and you're going to be redirected to your sign in and as well as your sign up screen. So this is how it looks like. So you can also log in with Google. So what you want to go ahead to do is just input your data here, depending on whether you have it or not. So yeah, you can skip. Say for instance you want to you know, have a demo of how the application actually looks. So this is how the application looks like overall, and yeah, so that is how to run a Flutter script and also install a Flutter script directly from codecanyon.net. Thank you very much, and see you next time.